Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NYSL's $100,000 Call of Duty WarzoneMania tournament, baby. We're going to be featuring some of the biggest names competing in your favorite title. It's going to be trios, and we've already got our draft order set. But today, I'm bringing back the experts, and we're going to be discussing which players are maybe flying under the radar. Which dark horses could you put on your team to go the distance and lock up the big money? Let's introduce our guests for the day. We got Nameless, J-God, and Boble back again. Fellas, you ready to talk some dark horses?
Yeah, I'm ready to go, Chris. We have such a deep player talent. You know, there's so many good players on the list, but just like you were saying, there's some that might be flying a bit under the radar, and we're here to bring some light to these names and hopefully get them one of those top picks.
It's going to be fantastic. With that said, let's kick it off right now as Nameless announces his first dark horse.
All right, so my first dark horse, I'm going to go with Wagnificent, my boy Nick, man. He's been grinding since all the way back in the day in Blackout. He's been going hard in Warzone every single day. I haven't even seen him hop on the new game yet. He's just been playing Warzone. He wants it more than anyone. And one thing is, he's been playing with all these top creators, right? But I haven't seen him in any of these tournaments. So this is his opportunity to go big and win one of these things. And I think he's a huge dark horse for anybody who's trying to draft that sleeper to win the whole thing.
Wagnificent. All right, didn't even have him on my radar. Thank you for that. Let's go over to Boble. What do you got for your first pick?
Okay, guys, don't laugh at me for this one, but I'm going J.R. Smith, man. This guy, I had the chance to play with him with Mac and Study. He brings pure vibes. He's an NBA champion. That experience is invaluable. You're trying to win 100K. You want somebody who's ice cold. JR's been in all the top moments except for that one that we're all thinking of. He's been in the top moments of basketball. He's shined. This guy's nobody's own. And look, I play with him. He's got some skill. He's not a bad pick.
John, Revan.
Let me hear it.
I watched Study and J.R. Smith play together, and J.R. Smith hopped in a car and drove into the gas.
But come on, that's pure those are the vibes you need, man. Pure comedy. He brings the energy.
You need some kind of vibes when playing with JR. JR, welcome to the tournament. I'm excited to watch him. Don't know if he'll be winning, but he will be entertaining. Let's go to our third pick here out of J-God. Who's on your dark horse list?
My first dark horse is Shaded Step. He's number 3 on the leaderboards for wins currently, with over 1,900 wins. One of 3 people that currently has that. And I think a lot of times people get a little bit confused when they watch types of players that go for wins because they're thinking, oh, they're a little bit more passive. But if you actually watch and pay attention to how they play the game, they're very strategic about how they move around the map, how they loot up, and how, you know, they essentially get to the end game where it matters when you win a gunfight. All the way up until that point, there's not a lot of pressure. It's just you kind of go for kills. But I think that particular element will play into it when they start playing for these kill races. Just because in his particular case, he's one of the best helicopter pilots I've seen, at least from when I've watched, where he's able to get in and out of areas, which will be good for helping his team chase down those kills and get into positions to actually buy the team back. All those types of things that are important when you're trying to go for a kill race and stay in the game as long as possible.
Top 5 on a leaderboard and still a dark horse. Come on, guys, get to know your leaderboards. Let's go back to Nameless, your second dark horse. Who's coming out of the gates?
I'm showing TST some love, right? Optic George,
Ooh.
man. My guy George Summertime. Nobody shows TST love in any of these things, man, but they've been playing well. All right, now George,
This is search and destroy, Nameless.
you know, that's okay. I've seen George and the boys play, and you know, they're having fun, right? Like, they're joking, entertaining the stream, going for crazy trick shots. But when it's time to focus up and get the dub, you can count on George, man. I've seen it happen. So
Could you imagine George and JR on the same team? Some captain needs to make it happen. All right, let's go back to Boble. Who do you got for your second dark horse?
Okay, so I'm going with the NYSL player for this one. I'm choosing the French Beast and Hydra. I know this is one of those other players who kind of splits time between, you know, competing, competitive games and then obviously the Battle Royale, but this guy has raw talent. Even though he is playing from France right now, his talent is going to mean way more than the ping. I think this guy's definitely a sleeper pick. If you've ever seen some of his highlight plays, like, this guy can just shred all the noobs in his sight, and that's what you want for a Warzone tournament. So I think this is going to be a good dark horse pick.
One of the new faces on NYSL. I know I'm pumped to watch him in Warzone, despite playing across the ocean. Let's go over to J-God, though. Second dark horse. You just named a player in the top 5 of a leaderboard. What do you got with your second pick?
Well, I'm going to continue staying in that same category with OP Marked. He is, again, another player. He's number 2 currently on the win leaderboard. And I think what's going to allow him to step ahead is he's actually competed in some of these Twitch rivals, maybe not with quite as stacked a team as some of the teams that we have here. So this is going to be a big up playing with those caliber of players. And again, for the same reasons I mentioned with Shaded, he knows exactly how to play the game to get to the end game, position himself to win engagements. And I think his KD is like 6.5 or something crazy. So it's going to definitely help in the scenarios once you get a stacked squad.
And that's why J God's on the show, ladies and gentlemen, picking the players you weren't even thinking about. That is our full list of dark horses, but you can find out where they get drafted. Tune in. The official draft for Warzone Mania is going live December 1st at 9 o'clock Eastern. You don't want to miss it.